Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a batch of muffins today, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, I hope. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm not an expert, but you don't need to put comments about how I did something wrong. Just live with it. The first thing I like to start with is I'm doing wet and dry ingredients separate for the muffins. So I always start with the eggs first because in case you get a bad egg, you don't want to start dumping this in with butter and then finding out you had a bad egg. So always do your eggs in a separate bowl, whether you do it first or second, it doesn't matter. This is just what I like to do. Okay. Just beat your eggs a little bit. All right. Into that wet mixture, we're going to add 8 ounces of butter. Okay. And one thing I learned from my sister Patricia, who is a trained pastry chef, don't leave the butter fat in the bowl. There we go. I learned a lot of my stuff from Trish. She helped me make these recipes and perfect my muffins. Okay, so we got the butter and the eggs together. Just gently mix those together. To the wet ingredients, we're using some yogurt. I don't use too much oil. I don't use milk. I like to use yogurt for my nice, rich, thick moisture. Just keep. All right, I'm going to mix that together. And today we're just going to make blueberry muffins here, but just to give you some of the little things that I like to do. Okay, set the wet ingredients aside. Before we do that, this recipe does call for some lemon zest and some lemon juice. That's what I use in my blueberry muffins. This is about a tablespoon of zest. What I like to do is just kind of crush it down and get the oil out of the zest. Okay, and you can just pick that up, put it right into the liquid stuff. And then an ounce of lemon juice. Again, just mix that all together. Nice and smooth. Now, dry ingredients, very important. If I learned nothing from my sister Patricia, it was that baking is a science, not a pinch of this, a dash of that. When we take our flour, we gently fill that cup, we flatten it off. That is 1 cup. We don't want to scoop out of there because what it does is it packs it down and then you'll have too much flavor and your muffins may be dry. Okay? Thank you, Patricia. Okay, into that, we're going to add our salt, baking soda, baking powder, and our sugar. Again, we're mixing all our dry ingredients together first. And then we're going to put those together with our wet ingredients. So we just want to kind of get these mixed up, get them incorporated with each other so they're nice and even. And at the bottom of that big bowl, just make a little well so you can put the wet ingredients in. I always use a rubber spatula to get all the ingredients out because, again, this is a science. This isn't hope and measure, just dash of this, pinch of that. Okay, when we mix these together, we're just going to fold that together. It may look a little lumpy, but you don't want to overmix this. Overmixing is going to make the muffins tough and dry. So let's just incorporate these together. That looks pretty good. All right, now I'll grab the blueberries. I always like to keep the blueberries frozen. And always keep the proper amount on hand. All right. Just pause. I'm gonna have to edit that out.